Hey everybody, and welcome to another plumbing tips, tricks, and info video with Matt. Today I'm going to discuss these Sharkbite fittings out there. Now these Sharkbite fittings, guys, the reason that they call these shark bites and especially have the famous little shark on there is because it's like a shark's jaw. If you can see inside right there, guys, the teeth face inward just like a shark does. So when it grabs its prey, it can't just fall out, right? It like pulls it in, it attaches it to the pipe itself, right? So these do work great. Now if you're a real plumber like me and my crew that I do plumbing with, we typically do not use these, guys. We call these homeowner fittings. Now nothing wrong with them, actually. They do work, and I have had to use these a time or two on a job, but for the most part we try to stay away from these because we would either use like PEX fittings and rings and crimp to our PEX, or we would use sweat fittings and solder and braze or copper fittings, guys. But like I said, these right here are quick fix solutions for homeowners out there. Because say you don't want to go out and buy $100 pair of crimpers, and then you gotta buy your fittings and cutters and all that to do with your PEX and stuff. And say you don't want to go out there and have to buy a torch and flux and solder and, you know, all that stuff. You can get away with using these Sharkbite fittings. So like I got a few examples here. We have a cap, we have a 90 right here, guys, and we also have a coupling. Right now these right here are the 1/2 inch size. They do make these in 3/4 and 1 inch also, guys, so keep that in mind. They do have bigger sizes available, but for this video I'm just going to be using the 1/2 inch sizes just to kind of show you how they work. Right, so you got your fittings. Now when you're dealing with shark bites, you can buy this little tool that Sharkbite sells. It's a remover tool in case you ever need to remove one in the future. We'll discuss this a little later in the video, and I'll show you another trick to avoid having to buy one of these. But for right now, let's just start off with say we are under a crawl space, right? And you have a leak right here at your pipe. So the best thing you need to do is cut that out right there in that area. What can you do right there? You can use a coupling. So what we would do is, you can see it's got the little insert piece, right? You want to make sure that that little sleeve goes inside of the diameter of your pipe, just like that. The inside, that little sleeve, it slides right in, right? That's not done yet though. You need to be able to pull it and get it on there, and you will feel it actually like connect when you slide it on properly, right? So watch right there, that right there, I felt it fully sealed inside of the boot. So say you was under there and you've already put that on, and all you got to do is be able to slide this, guys. You never want to get in a position with a Sharkbite fitting where you can't slide your pipe into it, especially to sink down inside, right? So like I said, you will just take your other piece, make sure it's lined up inside, and be able to push, and you will push until it stops, and you will feel it boot up together, guys. So that is a real fix that will not leak right there, guys. So say you needed to take one of these off there, right? So like I said, you usually use this little tool. You can see it's got a hollowed out backspace right here, right? Well, all you would have to do is just put it around just like this right here, and you're going to push down, and when you push down that little hollow space, it's going to hit this little lip right here, and that's going to allow it to release. So what you need to do is get you a good grip somehow on there, just like that, with 2 fingers or so. You want to push it towards you, and at the same time try to pull your pipe out. And it might take a little bit of effort too. It's not going to just instantly come out because they are shark bites. Just like that right there. So that released that tab on the inside right there, guys. When you do that right there, it pushes this sleeve over these teeth and allows this to come out. So like I said, we can just put that either back in, whatever, doesn't really matter. So all right, so say that you need to go from copper to PEX, right? Say you got something coming out of like an old remodel home and you want to go the rest of the way PEX, and you got like a slab right here, right? And say, like I said, you don't know how to solder or anything like that, you can do the same thing, guys. You can put that that coupling right on there, just like that, guys. It works with copper, it works with PEX, works with PVC also, guys. If you ever have to deal with that, like such as CPVC or something, it will work on those also. So another thing I wanted to show you guys is, say you need to use like a 90, you need to make a sharp 90-degree turn, right? Same concept, guys. You would stick it on the end, one end like that, make sure it's sealed fully like that right there, and then you could take either your PEX or another piece of copper if you needed to, it doesn't matter, and the same thing, you're just going to sit it inside that little sleeve just like this, all right? And then we can pop it in and push it all the way inside. That right there is a perfect connection. It goes from copper to PEX. And say you want to do that in a wall. You never want to use these Sharkbites in the wall, guys. Like, I see a lot of people do that and they make that mistake. I do not recommend using Sharkbite fittings inside of a wall that will be sheetrocked over, and we definitely don't recommend using these in the ground, especially if it's going to be concreted over like a slab house or something. Like, I would only recommend using these actually in a crawl space, guys. These things kind of are known to leak a little bit sometimes. It just depends on like the quality of the product that you got that time, that batch. I've had a box of these before, and like every other one they leaked real bad, but then I've had another box of them before where every one of them was perfect and good to go. All right, so same thing with one of those, like say a cap. Say you got this coming up from like a stub out for a sink or something like that, right? And you need to cap it off. Well, like I said, you don't want to buy a $100 pair of crimpers and rings and all that stuff. You can just buy one Sharkbite cap just like that. Same thing, put the little sleeve inside, and then you're just gonna push it on there and give it a good push, and you will feel it. I'm telling you guys, you'll know when you got it on there. You will feel it like just like that. So now that would be capped off, and that would be like ready for test, or if say you was deleting a line in the wall or something like that, guys. So that is a couple of examples of the Sharkbites. So I'm going to go grab my Crescent Wrench and show you another little trick to prevent you from having to spend some money on one of these little tools right here. Alright guys, so my little trick is to take my Crescent Wrench that I use all the time at work. And it doesn't have to be this big, huge one right here, guys. It can be a regular small one, right? But say, for example, we're coming back after test. Time to take stuff after test. Well, I don't want to just cut this off right here for a start and just throw that in the trash. I want to be able to reuse these fittings. They are expensive, guys. So what you do is take your Crescent Wrench, right? You want to get it over your pipe just like that right there, enough to where you can kind of move it about this much, right? And then you just want to kind of tighten it up a little bit, right? So watch here. I'm going to tighten it up till it touches almost just like that. So it's not tight around the PEX itself, but just enough to stay on there with able to still slide. So watch this, guys. It's a quick and easy trick. Instead of having to buy that little tool, you just take your wrench and go like that one time, and then there you go. And then you go pick up your fitting as it goes down the floor. But like I said, it's better than wasting them and throwing them away. Same thing, say you're under your house and you see a leak or something and you come across one of these, you don't have to go buy that tool. You can just go look in your handy toolbox and just be like, same thing with the copper also. Like, you just want to be able to slide it just slightly like that, and just like that, guys. It will come loose every single time. It works on all of them, all sizes. Like, watch right here. Comes right off, no problem there. That one's now completely off, and last one. Now that one is completely off. So that's my little trick to show you how to save money on having to buy one of those. Like I said, they make them in all sizes too. They make, you know, this is the 1/2 inch one for 1/2 inch. They got a 3/4 one. They got a 1 inch one. Just gives you a dang pair of Crescent wrenches, guys, and just slide them off like that, save your money out there. So hope you guys enjoyed that video on basically how these shark bite fittings work and different kinds and how to remove them. Hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something today. I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful week ahead. Peace.